People relentlessly pursue peace, yet paradoxically exist in a world spinning faster and louder each day. They chase success, power, and wealth only to realize these ambitions don't deliver the serenity they crave. Their minds buzz with anxiety, fear, and constant exhaustion. They mistakenly believe happiness lies in accumulation, but true fulfillment emerges from simplicity. Fewer illusions, fewer desires, and less confusion. Thus, tranquility becomes humanity's greatest aspiration. Tranquility isn't avoidance or indifference. It's the strength to remain centered amid life's chaos. Like a steadfast mountain, weathering storms, or a calm lake reflecting clear skies, tranquility empowers people to face life's turbulence without losing inner peace. Those who master tranquility live fully yet remain untouched by external turmoil. This isn't mystical, but a skill cultivated through practice, embraced by wise leaders, philosophers, and spiritual warriors alike. Eastern philosophy emphasizes four virtues: simplicity, compassion, harmony, and wise love. Simplicity involves clarity in thought and minimalism in material possessions. Reducing internal suffering, harmony balances individuality and unity, maintaining authenticity. Yet tranquility remains the foundation of all these virtues. With tranquility, compassion naturally arises. Simplicity becomes effortless and harmony flows freely. Tranquility fosters wisdom, resilience, and genuine freedom. Achieving tranquility requires deep understanding and consistent practice of these core virtues. Begin with compassion, simple yet transformative. True compassion blends wisdom, strength, and unconditional love, protecting you from exploitation and emotional harm. However, compassion is often misunderstood as weakness, endless tolerance, or submissiveness leading to exploitation. True compassion never allows manipulation or excuses wrongdoing. Buddha exemplified compassion, never compromising morality. He faced harm without retaliation and insults without anger. Maintaining dignity and wisdom, anger consumes those who harbor it, becoming their greatest tormentor. Resentment blinds people, leaving them hollow despite any victories. Forgiveness, therefore, is a profound act of wisdom, not forgetting or passive acceptance, but liberation. Letting go frees oneself from internal turmoil, offering true peace. Ultimately, tranquility and compassion guide you towards a life of meaningful peace. Clarity and strength. People endlessly chase peace, yet paradoxically live in a world full of noise and rush. They pursue success, power, and wealth only to discover that these ambitions don't bring true peace. Their minds are clouded with anxiety, fear, and perpetual exhaustion. They mistakenly think happiness comes from having more, but true contentment emerges from simplicity. Fewer illusions, fewer desires, and less confusion. Tranquility thus becomes the highest aspiration. Tranquility isn't escape or indifference. It's the strength to remain steady amid life's storms, like a mountain unshaken by wind or a still lake clearly reflecting the sky. Those who master tranquility experience life's turbulence without losing inner peace. Eastern philosophy highlights simplicity, compassion, harmony, and wise love. Simplicity is about clarity in thought and minimalism in possessions. Harmony balances authenticity with unity, yet tranquility remains foundational, enabling compassion, simplicity, and harmony to flow naturally. True compassion, a powerful virtue, merges wisdom, strength, and unconditional love, protecting from emotional harm and exploitation. Often misunderstood as weakness, genuine compassion actually demands courage and strength, refusing manipulation or wrongdoing. Those truly compassionate understand that hurtful people often act from their own pain and karma. Recognizing this doesn't justify evil but prevents us from descending into hatred. True compassion allows one to remain unaffected by toxic emotions, refusing anger over trivial matters and freeing oneself from grudges. Practicing compassion means understanding that everyone suffers. Often those who cause pain carry the deepest wounds. Genuine compassion doesn't condone wrongdoing but views all situations with open-hearted clarity. Compassionate individuals bravely speak truth even when uncomfortable, helping others grow rather than pleasing them blindly. Strong compassion prevents emotional control. One may feel sadness or disappointment but avoids bitterness and hatred. Compassion nurtures quiet yet powerful strength, allowing resilience in the face of life's challenges and maintaining inner peace. Similarly true, frugality goes beyond saving money. It's a deeper principle encompassing minimalist thinking, speech, and action. Living simply means less material clutter and more inner freedom, reducing suffering and confusion. Sages like Lao Tzu, Confucius, and Zen masters embraced simplicity, understanding that complexity breeds disturbance. Attachment leads to fear and vulnerability, whereas true frugality involves discerning what to hold on to and what to let go. This wise minimalism enhances quality of life, preventing the heaviness of unnecessary burdens. Living frugally doesn't mean rejecting material comforts. It means not letting possessions control you. It involves using resources wisely, moderately, and purposefully. By minimizing unnecessary material and spiritual clutter, genuine relief and freedom emerge. Frugality also refines our thinking. Everyday minds become cluttered with countless unnecessary thoughts. Worries about the past, fears of the future, envy, and unattainable desires, these drain energy, causing exhaustion and anxiety. A truly frugal person maintains clarity, keeping only beneficial, positive, and timely thoughts. Imagine the mind as a lake. Constant stirring of chaotic thoughts muddles the water. Only when thoughts settle can clarity and true understanding surface. Practicing frugality extends into speech. Words, when carelessly spoken, can harm deeply. Frugality in words means speaking thoughtfully, saying what's necessary, timely and beneficial. Sometimes silence holds more power than explanations or arguments. A king once asked a wise man, "Why do you speak so little?" The sage replied, "Words like money must be spent wisely. Overspending leaves one impoverished." Great leaders and wise individuals speak intentionally, not to dominate conversations, but to communicate clearly and purposefully. Frugality also guides actions. People often become busy without effectiveness, doing much but accomplishing little. Frugal individuals optimize actions, strategically focusing on what's essential. Intelligent effort surpasses mere hard work, achieving more with less. True frugality simplifies life, paving the way to real freedom. Freedom unbound by materialism or unnecessary worries. Those who live dependent on possessions often find themselves burdened, trapped by fear and insecurity. Conversely, frugal individuals understand sufficiency, freeing themselves from meaningless desires. A monk visiting a wealthy businessman's lavish home noticed the homeowner's worried expression despite his abundance. The monk gently asked, "Are you happy?" The man replied, "I worry about losing everything." The monk responded kindly, "Then you don't own these things, they own you." Ultimately, frugality cultivates tranquility and compassion, empowering individuals to navigate life's complexities with wisdom, simplicity, and profound inner peace. Being frugal doesn't mean abandoning material comforts. It means using them wisely, ensuring they don't control your life. Minimizing unnecessary possessions brings genuine relief and freedom that wealth alone cannot provide. Frugality isn't just a lifestyle, it's a mindset. Today's minds are flooded with countless unnecessary thoughts, worries about the past, anxiety about the future, envy, and unattainable desires. These thoughts drain energy, causing constant tension and fatigue. Frugal individuals know how to purify their minds, keeping useful thoughts and discarding meaningless ones. They avoid gossip, refuse to worry about uncontrollable events, and recognize that simplicity brings clarity and strength. Imagine the mind as a lake. Constantly stirring chaotic thoughts keeps the water surface unsettled, unable to reflect clearly. Only when allowed to settle does clarity emerge, revealing the true nature of things. This illustrates the power of frugality. Frugality also applies to speech, a significant yet underestimated power. People often speak too much and listen too little, carelessly, criticizing, arguing, and judging. Every word leaves a lasting impact on both others and oneself. Meaningless words waste energy. Harmful words create lasting pain. Cruel words generate enduring negativity. A truly frugal person doesn't necessarily speak less, but speaks intentionally. They understand that silence at the right moment can be more impactful than countless words. They speak not to showcase wisdom, but to communicate purposefully. Once a king asked a wise man, "Why do you speak so little?" The sage replied, "Words like money must be spent carefully. Reckless spending leads to poverty." Great leaders and thinkers speak selectively, focusing on essential and meaningful communication rather than mere volume. They avoid arguments for dominance or ego. They speak only when their words can genuinely reveal deeper truths. Frugality guides actions as well. People often stay busy without effectiveness, engaging in numerous but insignificant tasks. Frugal individuals optimize their actions strategically, focusing on what truly matters. Intentional effort surpasses aimless hard work. One purposeful action can outweigh numerous meaningless ones. Ultimately, frugality simplifies life, leading to true freedom. Freedom from the dominance of possessions, words, and trivial thoughts. People overly dependent on material things often mistakenly believe they control their lives. Yet they are controlled by their possessions, imprisoned in fears and insecurities. Frugal individuals, on the other hand, clearly understand sufficiency. They avoid following fleeting trends and resist meaningless desires. They know true value lies not in external possessions, but in inner depth, courage, and cultivated wisdom. A story illustrates this beautifully. A monk visited a wealthy merchant whose home was luxurious but whose face was weary with worry. The monk asked, "Are you happy?" The merchant replied, "I worry about losing everything." The monk smiled gently. "Then you don't own these things, they own you." In embracing frugality, individuals discover tranquility, compassion, and a profound inner peace, empowering them to navigate life with clarity and strength. Being frugal doesn't mean abandoning material comforts. It means using them wisely, ensuring they don't control your life. When you minimize unnecessary possessions, you experience genuine relief and freedom that wealth alone cannot offer. Frugality isn't merely a lifestyle, it's a mindset. Today's minds are overwhelmed by countless unnecessary thoughts, regrets from the past, anxiety about the future, comparisons with others, and envy for things not possessed. Such thoughts drain energy, leaving individuals exhausted, insecure, and distracted. A truly frugal person learns to purify their mind, holding on to valuable thoughts and releasing meaningless clutter. They avoid gossip. Don't worry about things beyond their control, and embrace simplicity to find clarity and strength. Imagine your mind as a lake. If continuously stirred with chaotic thoughts, the water remains turbulent and unclear. But allowing the lake to settle reveals calmness and clarity, enabling you to see clearly to the bottom. This demonstrates the transformative power of frugality in thought. Frugality extends significantly into speech, an area often overlooked. People frequently speak too much and listen too little, freely criticizing, arguing, and judging without recognizing the impact every word spoken can either heal or harm. Meaningless words waste energy. Misguided words cause lasting hurt, and harsh words create lasting negative consequences. A frugal person doesn't necessarily speak less, but speaks intentionally, knowing the immense power of thoughtful silence. Once a king asked a wise man, "Why do you speak so little?" The wise man replied, "Because words like money must be spent wisely. Excessive spending leads to poverty." He says, wise individuals and leaders speak selectively, prioritizing meaningful dialogue over superficial chatter. They refrain from speaking merely to dominate or prove themselves, understanding that the right words spoken at the right moment carry profound weight. Similarly, frugality guides actions. Many people remain busy with tasks that bring little value, mistaking busyness for productivity. Frugal individuals focus on purposeful, meaningful actions, optimizing their efforts strategically. Intentional and focused effort surpasses aimless hard work. One carefully planned action can achieve far more than countless aimless ones. Ultimately, frugality simplifies life, paving the way to true freedom. Freedom from the control of possessions, unnecessary words, and trivial concerns. Those overly attached to material goods often mistakenly believe they are in control, but they become prisoners of their possessions, governed by fear and insecurity. Frugal individuals understand sufficiency deeply. They resist fleeting trends and meaningless desires, recognizing that genuine worth comes from inner strength, courage, and cultivated wisdom rather than external possessions. A story vividly illustrates this truth. A monk visited a wealthy merchant whose lavish home was filled with possessions, yet whose face was weary with worry. The monk gently asked, "Are you happy?" The merchant sighed, "I have too many things to worry about losing or being taken away. I'm always anxious about falling short compared to others." The monk smiled kindly, replying, "Then you don't truly own these possessions, they own you." Embracing frugality enables individuals to discover tranquility, compassion, and deep inner peace, empowering them to live life clearly, wisely, and freely.